is rookie VJ Edgecombe. It's too bad that you guys aren't having any fun, Tyrese.
Oh, man, it's too bad that we're not having fun, dude.
It seems like he's a really tough rookie to be around.
Oh, man, he's the worst, really. Honestly, he's worse than Jared.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Zable Law Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Isaiah, and Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe have become the NBA's most dynamic backcourt, as they've been absolutely incredible to start the season, combining for 239 points in their first 4 games and leading the Sixers to a 4-0 record. And wow, y'all, the Sixers have a great thing going on. And let me start off by saying this. The tank was worth it. Last season, a lot of Sixers fans were frustrated and upset with Paul George and Joel Embiid because they were unable to stay healthy. They did not play a lot. And then when they did play, they did not play well. So it was a very frustrating season for Sixers fans. And management decided to just pull the plug on the season, shut them down because they knew that the season was over. They knew they didn't have a chance to compete for a championship. And a lot of fans didn't agree with that, y'all, because there were some fans out there that felt like, well, if Paul George, Joel Embiid could at least, just play somewhat well for us, we still have a chance to compete in a weak Eastern Conference, y'all. But management felt otherwise. They felt like it didn't make any sense to, force those guys to play since they were not 100% healthy, y'all. And I know it's only been 4 games, and we don't know what VJ Edgecombe is going to become. But so far, y'all, they made the right decision, because if they did not pull the plug on last season, if they did not go ahead and shut down Joel Embiid and Paul George and they allowed them to play, the Sixers would have never been in position, y'all, to draft VJ Edgecombe, which meant that potentially they would have missed out on a future all-star player, because that's what he's playing like right now, y'all. VJ Edgecombe is playing like an all-star. He's playing like one of the best players in the NBA. He has been phenomenal, and he was one of my favorite players in the 2025 draft class. I compared him to D-Wade and Victor Oladipo because I felt like he just had a very, good all-around game, really strong two-way player, really good offensively, great defensively, y'all, really good rebounder, really good playmaker, really, really good athleticism. But, y'all, he's been even better than what I thought he was going to be. I mean, this man right now is averaging 22 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.5 steals, while shooting over 40% from 3. And the thing that has really impressed me about VJ Edgecombe so far, y'all, is that he's putting the ball on the floor. At Baylor, he was really like a catch and shoot type of guy. But he's actually putting the ball on the floor, creating plays for himself, creating plays for his teammates. And he is the perfect backcourt mate next to Tyrese Maxey, because we know what Tyrese Maxey is, y'all. Tyrese Maxey is a score-first guard. That's what he loves to do. He gets those buckets at a high level, right? We know he is one of the best scorers in the NBA. And now you have a guy in VJ Edgecombe, y'all, who is a really good scorer, but is a great defender. He's going to take a lot of pressure off Tyrese Maxey. And we've seen so far through the first 4 games, y'all, that Tyrese Maxey has not had to guard, the other team's opposing guards. He can afford to just guard like an average guy. He can let VJ Edgecombe handle, the best team's guard, because VJ Edgecombe is a really good defender. The Sixers have never had this luxury, y'all. Since Tyrese Maxey's been on their team in 2020, he's always had to guard, the opposing team's best guards. And that's not the type of player he is. I'm not saying Tyrese Maxey is a bad defender, but he's not a good defender. He's not an elite defender. His job is to get buckets, y'all, and facilitate for his teammates. And now he doesn't have to worry about playing defense as much, at least, because he has a guard next to him in VJ Edgecombe, who is a great defender, y'all. A great defender. You saw that chase down block VJ Edgecombe had a couple of nights ago? And I know there was only one play, y'all, but those are the plays that he made at Baylor. Everything he did at Baylor, we've seen so far in the NBA. The difference is he's added a layer to his game, y'all, which is his ball handling, which has been his playmaking, right? Being able to get down here, kick it out to an open teammate, or being able to take a guy off the dribble. These are things that he did not do at Baylor, but he's doing them so far in the NBA, y'all. And when you combine that with Tyrese Maxey's scoring ability, I think right now you have to say this is the most dynamic, this is the most dangerous backcourt in the NBA, because they have 2 guys that can score, that can facilitate, and then they have one guy who's an elite defender, who's an elite athlete. I mean, y'all, the Sixers have totally transformed their future. They really have. Because it looked like they were going to be stuck with Joel Embiid and Paul George. But now you have a young ascending player, y'all, in VJ Edgecombe, that is going to go along with Tyrese Maxey. And hopefully, if you're a Sixers fan, if you're a part of Sixers management, you hope they can lead you to a championship one day, y'all. And they thought Paul George and Joel Embiid could do that for them last season, right? That's why they signed Paul George. They felt like we have Tyrese Maxey, Paul George, and Joel Embiid. That's going to be our big three. That's going to be the team that can compete with the Celtics and the Knicks and the Hawks and the Cavs in the Eastern Conference, y'all. And after 1 year, we knew that's not going to happen because you cannot rely on Joel Embiid or Paul George to stay healthy. And then even if they are healthy, are they going to play well enough, long enough? But y'all, you don't have to worry about that any longer because now you have two young, because Tyrese Maxey is still young, you have two young players that are going to grow with each other. That are going to continue to get better. I know Tyrese Maxey is playing at a high level. I think he can get better. I think Tyrese Maxey can become an even better player than he is right now. And if you're a Sixers fan, man, you have to be incredibly excited about this. Because going into this offseason, y'all, their future did not look that great. I mean, it didn't, right? You had old Paul George or old Joel Embiid. Yes, you had Tyrese Maxey and, Quentin Grimes, guys like that, Jared McCain. But it just felt like, y'all, they were kind of stuck because of Paul George, Joel Embiid. But they're no longer stuck. They don't even have to worry about those guys any longer. And I'll give Joel Embiid this, y'all. He did play well last night against the Washington Wizards, right? Had 25 points, played well. But we know Joel Embiid's never going to get back to the player that he once was because you can't trust his health. Because you cannot trust his body to be able to play long enough, to be able to play well for long enough. But that's gone, y'all. This is a different team with a different identity, man. They're playing fast. They're getting up and down the court. They're shooting threes. Their offense, y'all, their team is no longer centered around Joel Embiid. This is the Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe show, and it has been incredible to see these two guys play together so far, y'all. I cannot wait to see what they do the remainder of the season because they have been phenomenal to start this season, man. And y'all, I'm gonna be honest, the Sixers look like legit championship contenders in the East Conference. I really believe that. I really believe that with the way Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe are playing, and then you still have guys like Quentin Grimes, and remember Jared McCain hasn't played yet. Justin Edwards at the small forward position. Kelly Oubre Jr., who continues to play well for them. Y'all, this team is really deep. They're fast. They're athletic. They have great shooting. And they have two stars in VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey that are playing at a really high level. And if you have that, y'all, you have a chance to win and win big. And I think now when you look at this Philadelphia 76ers team, you got to say, yep, they're contenders. They're too legit to quit, y'all. Because now they're no longer having to rely on the old Joel Embiid. They're no longer having to stress like, oh my God, can Joel Embiid stay healthy? Because VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey said, you know what? We got this. This is our show now. We run this town. Like Jay-Z said, who gonna run this town? VJ Edgecombe, y'all, and Tyrese Maxey. They are running Philadelphia. So, brothers, keep doing your thing. Cannot wait to see what you do the remainder of the season, y'all. So, there you have it. That was my take on the Philadelphia 76ers backcourt of VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey and the phenomenal start that they've got off to this season. If you're a Sixers fan or you're an NBA fan, man, leave me your thoughts in the comment box below about this backcourt duo. Remember, y'all, last good message of what? Make sure you get your daily dose, y'all. I'm in them, and I love y'all. God bless. Peace.
Hey.